Do secondhand luxury goods make money? You might think luxuries have nothing to do with you. But let me tell you something about the people around you. More and more people carry secondhand luxury bags. What opportunity do you have in this? We paid a field visit to a second luxury base. There's a boss, two luxury anchors, and a luxury goods appraiser who checks which is real or fake. Walk in this special secondhand business together. This presentation is so professional. The atmosphere is so powerful. How much Q does an anchor usually earn in a month?
3W to 7W. At the highest single game, it's pretty much almost 60W.
How much do you make?
Commission is 2% on sales. The highest selling anchors tend to air usually at night, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Our top anchors don't usually take a break.
Let's start with how big the market is. There's an investigation that has concluded that in the last 10 years, the value of luxury goods in our country has reached 4 trillion in 2020 only. The global luxury goods trade is probably 800,017 of that amount, about 800 billion, 800,017, 500 billion Z, 80 billion 7. The Chinese bought it. This shows how strong the spending power of the Chinese. But in this case, belonging to the category of second-hand luxury goods, trading shares probably only 20% of 500 billion, so it's 100 billion, industry estimates. Second, the proportion of luxury transaction will increase year by year. If we take the current Japanese market as an example, second-hand luxury accounts for 35%, China's second-hand luxury has plenty of room for development. Do you have anchor role models in the industry? Who's the top anchor? In the second-hand luxury business? Is there a top anchor in the luxury industry?
There are many in our company. We're all top anchors, from company to company. I don't know much about time and month.
Pattern.
Zian is really amazing. Thousands of anchors have to participate in the selection of packages.
You will choose according to your own taste, or choose by what?
Aesthetic, quality, and price.
After 3 or 4 months, what kind of bags will you sell? You know what you're talking about.
There will be something for me that will look better on me.
2 meanings. The first is, number 1, hot money. Number 2, face contrast. What price range can you put on a bag?
Customer unit price, 1W plus.
You look amazing.
T-shirts a little more.
What unit price do you usually choose? What brand?
Preference is a hot item. Popular items for ancient donkeys. Incense and love horse words will also match some.
Refined temperament, or should he be artistic?
There's no such thing as art.
It's better to be sweet.
Who wants to see a dirty face? Look, you're here to buy a bag.
Customer groups, what age is he?
30 to 40.
What age is he? Can you tell?
18.
It's over. What do you think he likes? Is it suitable for selling secondhand luxury?
Suitable.
Shizang, the seal.
It's too handsome.
Handsome? Show him your abs. The rapid development in these 2 years. No doubt it was. Bring it live. 1 new bag, 10 grand. Secondhand 9.8% and new sold only, 8,000 anchor link. This bag is the only one of its kind. Creates a very strong sense of scarcity. It's obviously a bad information business. In fact, the luxury premium itself covers the construction of offline stores. High-end atmosphere, a cold waiter, a little unresponsive look in my eye. The body language of buying or not buying tells you, don't try if you can't afford it. And it's very likely that you're to prove your financial strength and bought it on the spot. Of course, it's possible. You'll be dissuaded if you don't have enough money. This is a physical store, but secondhand luxury live, relatively affordable and less ritualistic. But after all, the price is there. The feeling of looting was there. The sense of ritual is not important at this point. The brand has been boasting. Culture, history, handiwork doesn't matter. Second, you don't have to say much, because if you have ever studied this bag and you really like it, you know everything you need to know. It just depends on whether you want to buy it. In the second-hand luxury transaction, here comes the most important part: trust issues. Do you know this well? Wrong. It's your bag. Fidelity. A new career has emerged. Luxury goods appraiser. Attention! Big name luxury stores. They don't do reality checks. Probably for fear of hurting you. Or it could be to avoid trouble. Goods sold on the second-hand luxury platform will be certified by a professional appraiser. Check authenticity service.
Our first step is to smell it. Louis Vuitton's bag has a more pronounced smell. There's a food odor.
Feet don't smell so bad. This food doesn't smell very bad.
Because it smells different from brand to brand. If it's a fake, it smells a lot of leather. Number 2, logo. Look at the logo inside it. Yeah, and this guys, this O, it's more round. And what about N? It is relatively broad. If this one letter is particularly false, usually that bag is just rolled over. Number 3, look at the veins. LV's old flower. The edge. This place is yes. It's a superstition. You can feel it with a magnifying glass. This way, the distribution of his dots is more uniform. The collar on his shoulder girdle. Number 4, look at the hardware. His metallic touch. He can't do a copycat. Like every package on LV, he's got time. The first 2 letters are his 4-time stamp, site of production plant number 6. The bag was produced in 26 weeks. If it's a fake, he didn't take it very seriously and not very careful. This year is the 2nd year. He could have written 22, and then maybe 60 or so weeks this week. When authenticating a package, core points are key auxiliary points. The hardware like this logo, something like this, which is right now a supporting point. It is not the core. If he is right about the core and the key, I don't think this bag is a problem. The premise is that this auxiliary point is not required too many times.
Appraisers on the market, and all of them have qualification certificates. At present, there are 5 or 6 certificates. One of the most recognized in the industry is mid-examination. It must be hung, and the sign is verified to be authentic to sell it, and the identification of a package usually is through the judgment of 3 appraisers. If you get your hands on a bag and don't believe it's real, a retest can also be initiated. At the time of re-examination, 5 appraisers together form expert consultation. Authentication institutions and trading platform are usually independent. Don't sink your teeth, so a qualified appraiser have 3 employment options. Number 1, find a second-hand luxury platform to be an introduction and an appraiser. Go to the accreditation buddy. If you are good at expressing yourself, you can try to be a second-hand luxury anchorman. Number 3, if you have the financial strength, you could open a second-hand luxury store.
Let's say it's like LV, like Incense, Ancient, Pratt, brand general knowledge, plus appraisal teaching. One is a theoretical examination. You pass the theory before you put it into practice. I'll give you 10 bags for practice. True and false are all mixed up. You picked it out for me. Where is the identification point? Why? It's real. You have to give me a reason. All you have to do is get this examiner's card. This industry is universal.
Of course, you have to pay for it. Second-hand luxury appraisal training in the market ranges from thousands to tens of thousands. If you are interested in signing up for study, then let me remind you, make sure you keep your eyes open. In addition, a good appraiser not for a few days. He is a master. Want to be an old expert? At least pass the test. Hundreds of luxury goods. If you keep an eye out, you'll find the number of second-hand luxury goods stores around us has increased. And girls who like to buy luxury goods can convince their boyfriend, husband, dear, I'm not spending money because buying a luxury bag is going up in value. Why the second-hand will appreciate? Number 1, limit. Number 2, stop production. You see, consensus is the value of income. The anchor might be a little higher, but the receipt depends on how you receive it. For a professional buyer, earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, is it the turnover or the hand? For example, like this college student, after 2 years have passed since graduation, he learned this and took it from someone else about.
online and offline customer acquisition in some bag shows and exhibitions, and so on in life. It's TOC. Some of your own circle of friends, or conduct a community campaign on receiving goods. Let them know you're in the business. You're taking delivery. It is not recommended to buy by proxy, because on our side, it came to us offline for identification. It's basically a buy-in. It's all fake. 80% fake.
It's true or false?
So who knows this business? They don't usually get it from Daiko.
People who buy luxury goods, age is going down. A 25-year-old girl, 5,000 a month, and a donkey bag. Even though you still have to carry the subway, if you don't buy her, always sorry for myself. Because of all the consumerism, they're telling her, young people are already suffering. Be nice to yourself. And this bag, you can't carry it for 5 years. Only 1 year for a more expensive duffel bag. It is possible for a second-hand luxury consumer. Small business cycles up to 5 years. Then the income rises. I'm 30 years old and I can finally buy a new bag, unlike the last generation of luxury buyers. This one was educated by Shi, young girl. Probably the new bag will be worn in a few years and then sold. Thus, a market value of a second-hand luxury goods. It will expand year by year. And as relatively low threshold business, if you have the expertise and have your own little circle of deal makers, but the inventory is small, that's the problem. Then the second-hand luxury platform can be used as your warehouse. What kind of bag does the customer need? You tune from the platform and sell it to her. Let the platform pluck the root hair. If the second-hand bag comes in and can get rid of it quickly, can also be directly transferred to the two luxury platform. Platform received in the form of live delivery help you reach more potential buyers and also allows you to quickly withdraw funds. This is the second-hand luxury platform. Business tips. I'm sharing this business tips, and if this little business tips works for you, remember to share it.